Hi there, YouTube. We're back playing some more Arcade Spirits, picking up right where we left off. Everybody telling me I was being cliffhanging, and I wasn't cliffhanging. I wasn't. Price shaves and suddenly becomes a troll. When I shave, that's my gutsy move. And then when I have the mustache, that's my kindly move. It's dad mode. All right. Let's see. I've already talked with Queen Bee. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? I'm ready to leave. No. Let's talk to everybody. Let's see what's up. Yeah, let's see. Naomi would be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her. See how she feels about all this. Looks like she's happily tinkering with some old 1980X arcade circuit board. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Price. Good to see you. I remember when I first met her. She'd jump in surprise if I approached her like this. Seems those days are over. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading out to talk to Sue soon, so I just wanted to talk a bit before I go. I'm sure you'll do great. In all the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've ever been, at least. If anybody could sway her to our side, it's you. I mean, look at all this. She gestures, arms wide, to her surroundings. What, your workshop? No, I mean Arcade Spirits itself. Look at everything you've built and how you do it. By talking to people, helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. Aww. I'm pretty awesome, aren't I? Ugh. Ugh. Yes, soon I will unseat Deco as master of the arcade world. No, I'm just me. No, Naomi, I'm just me. A little old me. I've got a big heart and I wear it on my sleeve, but it's up to others to decide if they want to do the same and join me. So far it's worked out okay, but tonight, I don't know. Maybe I'm not up to this. Tonight, Sue will see your heart, and now you're in the right while her father's in the wrong. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishments, Price. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall into that trap. So, when I say you're a great person, take the compliment. Are you and Sue going on a date? Ugh! Plot twist. Okay, then. So, how do you think I should approach Sue? Hopefully they don't see your actual heart. Well, if it was me... I'm not happy with how they ruined our opening day, honestly. I'm downright miffed about it. I'd probably go at him like a fireball, because I'm downright fierce. But I know that probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road's the better path. You got a steep hill to climb here. Making her flip on not only a partner in crime, but on her family. So you're going to have to try to understand her heart. She kept saying she likes our arcade. Play into that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Okay. I'll consider playing nice. Challenging her ego and insulting her is definitely not going to work. Playing nice makes sense. You're right. I'll consider it. Believe me, I kind of want to kick her teeth in. But I know that's wrong. Even if we're never friends, we have to at least try to understand her. I'd better get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't going to suck at themselves. Even if the arcade ends up closing down. I'm deciding to be optimistic. You can do it, Price. Best of luck. Oh, hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? Sure. What's up? What do you think of Gavin? Like, I mean, I know he's a money-grubbing, prize-game-loving stick in the mud, but... Well, ever since Arcade Spirits and all of us working together, I don't know. Maybe he's softened up a bit. I think you're a good influence on him. Do you think he'd be the kind of person to put old arguments aside and, like, No, we've got to stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Naomi X Gavin. Taomi is canceled, Charisma. It's canceled. It's Navin now. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Naomi returns to her work. Gavnomi. All right. Who else do I want to talk to before I leave? Naoven. Ooh, okay. Naoven. I like that. I like that. Well, I guess let's go talk to Gavin. I find Gavin looming large over the arcade floor, behind the ticket desk. Seems he was expecting me. So, our complications have developed complications. Seems to be the case. and you'd like my advice on the matter. Seems to be the case. Be clear with Sue. Be honest. And be ready to rise to whatever challenge she poses to you.
Perhaps.
If you let her make the first move, you can counter-move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use that talent to let her set up her own traps and step in them. Treat her with respect, but in the end, she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager, I'd like to believe.
Take this matter seriously.
If you take the situation seriously and approach with a clear mind, I have no doubt you'll win the day. Agreed? I mean, I'm fine saying that. Sounds about right. Go, I'm ready to form a strategy based on the conditions on the ground, then play out that strategy with a calm hand. Precisely the way I'd handle it. You know, when you first came to the Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. I'd assumed you'd just fill a seat and do the low-level labor while I focus on higher-order management tasks. So I've largely kept my distance, or tried to at least, out of professional respect. But I can't help but have come to know you over the time we've spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You've taken opportunity and run with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either.
Certainly.
But I know that if this is possible, if we can stave off bankruptcy, you will be capable of doing it. Don't sell yourself short, Gavin. You were keeping the Funplex afloat before I came along. Everybody looked up to you for leadership and guidance. Yes, well, I still feel I came up short. Given all I could do was tread water. You were the one who helped us swim for shore. Also, I'm bad with metaphors. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do Arcade Spirits proud. Do us all proud. We were all counting on you. Naomi especially. I swore to protect her dream once, even if I've been inadequate at the task, unable to truly understand her heart. I hope she can forgive me for my earlier mistakes. Now that we're all pulling together for Arcade Spirits, I must admit a fondness. Demi, just kiss already. Have you told her that? Well, no, but perhaps I should. Not that I meant to distract you. As you were. Ooh. There's love in this club. Alright, let's talk to Ashley. Ashley's wandering around the arcade floor, practicing what I can only assume are Magical Girl final attack sequences. Aren't you out of costume for that? Ashley finishes up a twirl before addressing me. You can take the Magical Girl out of the outfit, but you can't take the Magical Girl out of your heart. Plus, I'm practicing for the final boss fight. Aren't you ready? What? Price, you dig role-playing games, right? Doesn't this feel like you're about to enter the final boss fight like in every RPG ever? Look, you've gathered up all your team members. See, also, us, your friends. And we're all hunkered down in a dark, damp cave. See, also, Arcade Spirits. Now we're having this epic sentimental chat about winning or losing. It couldn't be more spot on.
What if?
Although I do wonder what class you'd be, Price. As long as Sue doesn't metamorphose into a six-winged floating half-torso of a monster as Gregorian chants play in the background, I think I can handle it. Did Anna write that one? Some Membermoth much? Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Speaking of which, how are you going to handle it? I've got a few options floating around in my mind, but I was checking in with the others to see what they recommend. If it was me trying to take down the final boss, I'd give in to Sue's spunk and sass. Make it a bizarro final fight by playing to Sue's sense of adventure. Joke around with her. Maybe if we match up her antics with ours, we just might best her at her own silly game. Fight mischievous cyber criminals with more mischief. No one can outplay me. I'm Price, arcade manager and all-around cool kid. I got puns and jokes for days. That's what I'm talking about. There's no way to lose with that attitude. But I also know something else, which is to always trust Price.
Yes!
Whatever you end up doing, I know you're going to save Arcade Spirits and, consequentially, us all. Isn't that a little too helpful? There's a very real chance I can fail this. This isn't some game. This is real life. Of course I realize that, but I gotta have hope. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself. Miss Morgan, fighting mischief with mischief. Feater, is that you? Do not bring Feater into this. Feater is the most powerful being ever. His mischief knows no bounds. And here's where I get really sappy. Ever since you came to the Funplex on that day, you've affected us all. You've changed all our lives. And mine. For the better, of course. I've been watching you grow and change into this person before me, and you've inspired me to do the same. To become the person I want to be. So, Price, no matter what happens in there, just know that you've made friends here. Friends that'll last a lifetime. These friendships are the very best. I'm so happy to call you my friend too. A lifetime isn't long enough. It's important to make connections with people. This is like a robot. What robot says this? Connections are important for my mental faculties. Like, I get it. I get it, but robot! I'm so happy to call you my friend. Ashley, you showed me the ropes on how to be a floor attendant. Without your guidance in those early days, I think I would have gotten eaten alive. Iris? Nightbot? Robots! True. I remember Gavin and Naomi being particularly hungry that day. But seriously, floor attendant friends gotta stick together. And just so you know, you've been a tremendously amazing friend. Ashley twiddles her fingers for a second, and then deviates from the seriousness. Well, I know you've got things to do before the big fight. Just make sure you're stocked up on potions, and don't forget to have the correct weapons equipped. All I have is this crutch. Did you see the stats on it, though? Crutches do double damage to pesky teenagers. Good to know. And Ashley, yeah, Price? Thanks for being so bright in this dark hour. You got it, friend. Now get out there and kick all the butts. You're a robot, Miss Morgan. You're a robot. The AI is learning. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Well, looks like we got to talk to Purpur. I think I spot Percy at the bar. Yep, there he is. Having a beer and watching some fighting game tourney on the sports channel.
Hello.
Oh, Price, you've heard the news then. That our archenemy is the father of our secondary archenemy? Yep.
Rather unfortunate.
Unpleasant business, that. Simply unpleasant. I wish I could offer you boundless enthusiasm and a show of confidence, but this whole situation's gotten rather out of hand, hasn't it? As someone who is frequently on crutches, I can verify they are weapons. As a matter of investment, my advice at this stage would be to cash out while you still can. I mean, I know that you won't, but that's what I'd suggest. Life is short, take it from me. Best to make the most of what you have than to lose it all. So, apologies for my inability to offer a pep talk. I'm afraid I'm rather melancholy today. It's okay, Percy. I'll take care of this little problem we're facing. And I'll hold out hope. I'm not certain as to how you'll do this, but I'll hold out hope nonetheless. Well, how would you do it, if you were willing to give it a go? Tricky. I don't know how effective it would be, but I'd try to approach as a friend, connect with Sue on an individual level. It's going to be difficult, mind you. She's young, she's got something to prove. She has friends she needs to impress. Digging through all that to get to her heart, well, you got your work cut out for you, yeah? Won't be easy, but I think I can do it. I've been considering taking a gentler approach, yeah. Thanks for the advice, Percy. Anytime, love. No matter what, if this turns violent again, you should take the better part of valor and run for it. You've got your youth and your health. Take it from someone sitting in the Reaper's waiting room. There's no sense hastening that meeting. He always seems to joke about his own short lifespan, even if he's the only one who seems capable of laughing at it. Maybe I should really try to talk to him about this. Look, Percy, about your condition. We love you. We want you to be happy and healthy. Can nothing really be done? Can I donate my heart? If so, I'll get a pocket knife and sort this out. You're too awesome to just fade away. You need to stand up to this. We're kind. We're kind and gentle to Percy. Are you sure your condition is truly a death sentence? Can nothing really be done? Percy, we love you. You're part of the Arcade Spirits family. I'd rather have you be here with us, enjoying Moopy, rather than attending your funeral. I know everyone else feels the same way. So, are you sure there's nothing left to do? He does seem a bit taken aback at the outpouring of sentiment and pauses before replying. Two-Flower, don't you put that on me? Did you give me a heart condition through the interwebs? That's messed up. I didn't sign up for that. We got to retalk this contract. Price, don't be sad. It's quite fun, really. I've made my peace with this. I'm prepared to ensure my legacy continues long after I've passed. Don't forget, I'm reasonably wealthy, and charity will benefit from my passing, enriching the lives of others. No, Death isn't my foe. He's become an ally, one I will walk with, in time. But our focus tonight should be on you, not me. Don't let my situation weigh on your mind, not at this critical moment. I'll hear no more of it. Understand? Cagley! 29 months! Is Percy dying? Yes. He has a condition. Love you! Thank you for the resub. Drop the bears. Fine. Lovely. Now, go out there and do right by your friends. Save arcade spirits. I've decided to hold out hope, after all. Lovely, isn't it? Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Rip Price, it was fun while it lasted. No. Teo. There's one place I just know I'm going to find Teo. And when I get there, he's already on stage, grooving to the beat. It's exactly like the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world, besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do you? Even when impending doom is nigh. Even when we're about to go head-to-head with Sue. I think I might have missed a couple days when I got the flu once. But seriously, just thinking about facing off against Deco's daughter worried me the heck out. That's why I hopped on Showtime stage, to quell that anxiety. Dancing is a good way to clear the mind and work off any stress. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds, and he looks me dead in the eyes. Price, you don't realize how you've impacted us all, do you? No, I'm not sure. I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcades.
Thank you.
We're all super grateful. Especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm. Even when we tend to break the fire codes. I feel like you took the charge of that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew... No. Me, I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. You've taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honored to be your friend. Aww. I've got that Care Bear stare. Call me caring Nurse Piggy. That's great. That's adorable. Got the Care Bear stare. Oh, I'm yawning. Oh, goodness. Friends are so important to me. Through the Funplex, I've made such close ones, too. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Without my friends, I'd be lost. You need to do a rerun and romance Teo. Teo blushing gives you life. And we'd be lost without you, Price. Lost in the sea of beeps and boops. I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood. And right now, I could use that brightness. Your words are comforting. But Teo, with you and everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on the stage and dance. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't stressed. And you have every right to be. You have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Price. Not one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's the plan? I'm still trying to figure that out, exactly. What would you do if you were me? Teo takes a minute and really thinks it over. Sue's still a teenager, right? Very much so. And what do teenagers do best? Rebel? Precisely. And how do they rebel? By doing what they want when they want. They're all about having fun. Appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her, if you act as childish as she will. Yeah, that's the kind of tomfoolery I can endorse. I'm just going to keep on doing all these just because, like, I like seeing their reactions to all these. I'm the manager of an arcade. Of course I'm all about having a good time. If we can show her we're the better party people than her family, she might just join forces with us. Just for the heck of it. That's the spirit. No matter what happens in there, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers always got your back. You're a part of our community after all, and a bong like that never dies. Protocol go to jail 2 flower. Thanks for always believing in me. No problem, my friend. Now, go out there and show them your moves. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Junie! Juniper's having some lemonade at the bar. Granted, she sort of hates sipping it, clearly looking frustrated. Look at that adorable face! That's so good! That's so good!
Come on.
This whole situation is total poop butts. She lets out a heavy sigh as I
That
approach.
sucks.
You just dug yourself out of the hole your life had become, and now you're going to lose another arcade? It sucks. Seriously sucks. Arcade Spirits hasn't lost yet, but it's not like you have a total plan for how to save it, other than go talk to someone who may or may not help. Honestly, that's about as much of a plan as I ever have, and right now, it's as good of a plan as we're going to get. If you were going in my place, how would you handle this? Well, I guess there's 2 tricks I'd try. 1, she's a teenager, right? A rebel to the core. Be a rebel, a dissident, a class clown. Connect with her on that level and make her feel you're wild too. 2, she's a teenager, right? I remember being young and totally stupid. Let her make a mistake, then outthink her. Keeping calm, use that to react to her moves. I guess they're wildly different ideas, but hey, one of them will work, right? I could be a rebel without a cause. Oh, I gotta really look at my stats right now. I remember being her age too. I'm sure I could live up to the hijinks she gets up to and connect to her sense of teenage rebellion. Adulthood is for weenies.
Definitely.
You know, I'm proud of you. You've come so far from the Piggy family curse days when you blame all of your misfortunes on fickle fate. Juniper's romance route has some secret requirements, but yes, you can romance Junie? What? What? I didn't know. Huh. Well then. That's for another day. People out there, you heard it here first. Romance Juniper. I didn't know. I didn't know. Super secret Juniper route. I knew that there was friendship route. I didn't know that there was Juniper route. That's cool. Instead, you're diving in and trying to strangle fate with its own strings. Jazz is already on it. And I want you to know, win or lose, I'll still be here. Where have I been? I'm not watching anyone else's stuff. I didn't want to spoil the game for myself, Flare Wolf. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? You're watching me right now on my singular one playthrough, reaching the end. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Those are words. Jacques. All right. Anyway, let's keep going.
BFFs for life.
I'm your best friend, arcade or no arcade. And even if you lose this place, you'll always have a home. I'll make you pizza bagels and give you a shoulder to cry on. You're my best friend too, and that'll never change. If I ever see another pizza bagel. To Cham Clam, thank you for them 100 biddies. The best man prize, thank you. How dare you not know everything before you start? I know, I'm a fool. A fool of a toque. Thank you, Juniper. Your support means a lot to me. You're my best friend, forever. My BFF. And that'll never change. Aw, you're making me blush, you big goof. Okay, I'm sufficiently cheered up thanks to your infectious spirit. Aren't you like a professional gamer? I would never call myself professional. I play video games as my profession. I am not a professional. Now get out there and let them have it, Tiger. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? I'm ready to leave. Queue. Can I queue? I can't queue. I can't queue to look at my stuff. Let me queue. Here we go. Still kind. Had to be sure. Get good, Scurb. I like that. No sense putting it off any longer. I talked to everyone that I wanted to. I gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. It's time to do this. For the sake of my future. My dreams. My friends. My friends' dreams. And Arcade Spirits itself. Are you doing it? Anna! Anna! I take Queen Bee's hand in mine as a soft smile curls my lips. Ready to depart and face our destiny. Together. It's a short trip across town, and before we know it, we're standing outside Ghost Monsters HQ, a rundown warehouse on the bad side of town. A wooden sign, long since fallen off the street of the building, identifies it as belonging to Nostalgia Commodities, Inc. Ew. This place is utterly disgusting. Why would anyone want this as their secret hideout? It probably smells like mold and dirty socks on the inside. Y'all silly. Hard pass. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are Deco owns this building anyway. Correct! Nostalgia Commodities Inc. is a wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace, LLC. I'm not even surprised. Not in the slightest. Deco is scum and owns scummy places like this. I bet you he even charges his own daughter rent. When we get in there, you do the talking. You're the brain and I'm going to be your brawn in the background, serving up fierce intimidation. If I see an opening, I'll shout it out. I'm so over this. Let's end it. I sigh once, looking over at my companion. Sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know what I have to do. Cha-cham, Clay, another 100 biddies. Why would you be here for a hideout? Why not? Why not? I mean, it's probably pretty hidden. I'm just trying to look at this. I'm like, do I recognize this place? I don't think I do. I settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Iris? Kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I've spontaneously reprogrammed myself to include a new measurable metric which should be useful for your mission. I call it the incredibly right indicator of success, or IRIS for short. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sue's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track, or if you need to try something different. Let's take a look at your current score. Currently, you have a 0.0 chance of success. Yay! Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening, but think of it like, if I walked away right now, I'd fail miserably, instead of, I'm doomed, doomed, doomed. I'm gonna sing the Doom song. Doom, 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 doom. But speaking of Doom, well, since there is a chance you can actually fail this time, rather than be assured you can mumble your way through the problem, would you like me to back up your data first? Yeah. Cagley, I love technology. It's good. It's good. Thank you for them biddies, Wolfman. The queen is ready to kick some butt. You know it. Taking a deep breath, I swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. I don't know what I expected to find on entering the lair of a notorious gang of cybercriminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. Cliffhanger? Not quite. I forgot price was broken, boy. So broken. This is a dumpling ground of a warehouse, or a dump. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired, y'all. I read that as dumpling ground. Someone get me some dumplings. Stat! I need them in my belly. Oh, man. Yeah, everybody's like, dumpling ground, yeah. If this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deco's industry, it makes sense, though. A place where old arcade games go to die. Turned into a playland for punks. A disorganized maze of games litters the ground floor. Poorly lit and barely functional. Only some of the screens are on, and many have serious ghosting and burn-in. As for the ghost monsters themselves, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor, in the catwalks. Huh. They seem distracted. Well, that's good news. The bad news? They are distracted because they have a visitor.
Unfortunate.
How unfortunate. I have to say, Sue, I'm extremely disappointed in you. Cha-cham, Clam! Thank you for them biddies. I'll give you some. Well, thank you. This is Twitch chat. Why would be anything but hungry? I know. Welcome to Stumpt Stream Twitch chat. It's all about food. That's what we do. We talk about food here. It's hard to get a good angle from down here, hidden in the shadows, but it sounds like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on their conversation, gather some more information. Or I could announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. But which makes the most sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have, though? Eavesdrop. I'm not busting in there with him there, right? Like, obviously that's like me going like, aha, I caught you. But that just lets him know, aha, I caught him. And then he can go figure out how to cover his tracks before I'm able to get him all caught up in this ruse. Whereas if I wait and then I approach Sue, then we can do this all behind his back so he gets surprised by it. You never want to give a monster a head start, okay? Never. And Dekonami is a monster. Go eavesdrop there, Samwise. I weren't dropping no eaves. Let's drop some eaves. I motion for Queen Bee to stay quiet as we lurk in the shadows below the catwalks above. The outline of this place looks like Pac-Man. It does a little bit. It's the Moopy Magic Maze. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. A clubhouse I pay the rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes? Hard for me to do if some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line.
Pay attention.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Pay attention! Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell from the angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. A certain forced tone to it as well.
Am I not generous?
I don't ask for much, I feel. I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail. I let you skip school as often as you want. All told, I feel I've been a lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclinations. Like you know the first damn thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. And don't look to your little friends, look at me. Reluctantly, Sue's eyes meet with her father's. Yes, Dad. I'm sorry. Dad?
You understand, yes?
All I want from you is so very, very little. It's what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for Arcade spirits. Or do you really want me to pull back all my support of your little gang? Leave you twisting in the wind at the mercy of the cybercrime task force? Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. She's under his thumb, but not by choice, and she hates it. Good! Now then, why haven't you finished the job? Oh, come on. I almost died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there... I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away? Really? How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up to some school brats? Like I want your damn empire.
Pay attention.
Speak up, I said. Quit looking at the floor. And we lock eyes through the metal grate flooring she's standing on. Her hands go to her hips on an overly confident fashion as she bends over like a child finding a lucky penny on the sidewalk. Well, well, well. What do you know? Uh-oh. Crap, she spotted us. Who hides? Visibly. Why? I didn't need to see. I just need to hear. You drop an Eve behind an Eve. Right? I mean, come on. What? Inky, Blinky, we have guests. She snaps her fingers. A sudden aura of command about her as she's distracted from the verbal beatdown by her father, and goons swarm, flanking us. Wow, Brass is a dummy. I know, right? What a dum-dum. We're quickly hustled up the stairs. Well, as quickly as I can manage on crutches. Plus, it's a warehouse, so it should be super echoey. Seriously, you can probably stand outside and hear the whole conversation. Now's the time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Tickle, buddy! Long time no see. It's been what? Hours? It's an odd welcome, Matt, but I'll take it. Interesting catching you here, consorting with criminals. Your reckoning's at hand, Mr. Nummy! Now, we're gonna say it's an odd welcome, but I'll take it. Let's just see where this goes. Sue! Deco, good to see you. Apologies for barging in at this late hour, but you're a little difficult to track down, I've found. Deco's face twists into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here. If any record ends up online... Jeez, Dad, relax. Relax. Clyde. On cue, Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones. One has an iris assistant loaded. We're blocking their outgoing data streams. There should be no verifiable data evidence of the conversation uploaded anywhere. I can't stop Price's iris from hearing you, but I can hijack their account if you need me to so we can manually wipe her memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with this mixed piggy is already concluded. I was more than courteous to you, and you spat in my face. It's clear we will never see eye to eye, and I have nothing more to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. Came here tonight to have a chat with, wait for it, your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you...
Well, you're a resourceful one. A squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out.
Ooh.
But I can't say I'm impressed that you came here after you told me to off. You know...
Oh, I accidentally skipped that line. I tried to play nice with you. I tried to explain how it was nothing personal, the chaos we were causing for you, and you were super rude about it. Totally rude. It's not like I chose to wreck your arcade. I didn't have a choice, as you've probably figured out. Honestly, I liked your arcade. It ruled. How was I supposed to know? You gotta fix that. 2Flower again. Remember, I'm playing on the early build still because of where my save files are, so it could be fixed. But I don't like a no-fun jerk, and you are absolutely a no-fun jerk. Absolutely, totally, completely no fun. So why exactly should I give a flying what you have to say? Precisely. I see your game, Mixed Piggy. It's as obvious as the sad little strategic moves you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you say or do will save arcade spirits from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time you finish what you started. Sue shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fists clenched, ready. But before words escape me, someone is by my side. Hey! Shut the hell up, Deco! The gamers are talking now. Listen up, Sue. You're a girl that loves a challenge, just like me. And I know you know better than to go down without a fight. Am I right? Game on.
Seriously? If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times. Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends.
The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word or move against Deco. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense.
Yeah, you're a controlling butthead.
In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice. After all, Father knows best. Father knows all. And in the world of arcades, Dekonami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it, and you can't win. Sue, if you would kindly show our friend the exit, as forcefully as you like, perhaps make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg.
Seriously? Vindictive much? Do it. Ugh, fine. Inky, Pinky, found some both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures for her buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible, to flip on her control freak father. And it has to be something absolutely true to my core, to who I've become as a person. It's time for Price Piggy to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. You're stronger than him, Sue. You don't need Deco. He needs you. This feels wrong, Sue. Red choice. Oh, never mind. I had one shot, Cags. Only one. I'm not talking about kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Okay, I was a jerk to you when I kicked you out. I'll own up to that. But clearly you're a woman with power who commands respect. I can see that now. What's someone like you doing playing lackey for someone like Deco Nami? Sue, through our recent interactions, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them while doing his dirty laundry. If you'll hear me out, I know I can help you see that too. You're stronger than Deco. You don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather mash us into paste, well, I stand on one foot, arms wide to make it a bit easier for her. Do as you wish. Are you quite done babbling yet?
A foolish fool.
Get this over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool. And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to sick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? I said to get rid of them. It's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You afraid Price will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear?
I run the show, not you.
Well, I want to hear this out. And if you don't want to hear it, nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh. The adults are talking. Oh, Sue. Deco's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taken the floor. Deco's crossed his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Price. Okay. You've got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into a Picasso. Maybe you're not quite the no-fun jerk I'd pegged you for. Say what you came to say. But if I'm not, like, super-duper, incredibly, totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out the door. Or possibly the window. This is it. My chance to convince Sue. I have to do this. And it's not just me. I have Queen Bee beside me, lifting me up. I look over at my love, my heart, and I smile. Deep breaths. Count to 10. Refocus myself. I slow my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue, empathize with her. This isn't just about being convincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare the emotional truths in her heart. I glance at Iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering far more subtle territory. Can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's time to be the best I can be. On my own. Let's see. Flatter her ego, appeal to her love of arcades, invoke the power of friendship. Remind her she was almost killed for Deco. I don't know where to start. Like, you don't immediately invoke the power of friendship. We're not friends yet, so why would that work? Appealing to her love of arcades could totally work. Reminding her she was almost killed, I think could work. Like both, like the reminding her she almost died is like, hey, by the way, your dad really doesn't care about you. Appealing to her love of arcades is, hey, by the way, your dad's kind of a butthead and we're not. Flattery seems low. I mean, that's what I think, yeah. Offering her a place to stay is good from a practical standpoint, but that seems desperate right off the bat. Like, is this, do I only get one? Like, what I'm assuming is I'm going to get like 3 of these. I'm going to get a couple chances. It might be just one. Let me save real quick. But yeah, flattery, no. Invoke the power of friendship, no. Invite her back to the arcades, a maybe. But I think like one of these 3. So I'm going to start with this. Oh, it says 4 attempts? Okay. Are you blind? I don't read down here when I'm making a choice. It's usually blank. Hey, go to jail. Go to jail. All right. I think there's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deco cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know that was lovely chainsaw territory when he asked us to go to Arcade Spirits. Did you tell him? Of course. And how did he react? He didn't care.
I don't follow.
Why should I? Some pathetic little gang of campfire scouts pretending to be a menace to society? They're nothing. They shot me! I'd like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except they nearly killed her. That giggling gathering of girls proved a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deco. No doubt the shooter would have peed her pants in fear before getting the nerve to pull the trigger, if you hadn't startled her. Making some assumptions there, Deco. For all you know, they're sociopaths at the core. And now, you're pushing for her to go back into their turf. A hard lesson, but one she must learn. If Sue can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenges, she won't be ready to inherit my empire.
You understand, yes?
Am I a harsh tutor? Perhaps, but I know Sue will be stronger for facing her fears, worthy of the challenges to come in running Deco's palace. Sue, do you want to own Deco's palace? Is that your future? And how do you feel about facing the lovely chainsaws again? What kind of father puts his daughter in harm's way for his own gain? It's like, yeah, this is one where I'm like, I think for sure this is accurate. I mean, I think all 3 of these are like accurate things. This one I feel like is like right to the core of the issue here. Maybe it won't play with her, right? Because like, let's be real. These are the kinds of truths that when you hear them from a stranger, you deny them right up off the bat, right? Like a stranger comes up to you and says, hey, by the way, did you know your dad's a horrible person and all this kind of stuff? Then they'll be all like, no, he's not. He's not that bad. Whatever. Even though like they know it, right? Let's do it. So not only did he ignore your warnings, but now he wants you to go back into the line of fire. What kind of loving father would push you out there in front of a firing squad just so he can tear down a little arcade like mine? What kind of vindictive, spiteful bastard do you have to be to sacrifice your own daughter to... Yeah, okay, you made your point. Dad, seriously. Screw you if you won't listen to me. I told you this would happen and you didn't give a crap. So no, I'm not going back. End of discussion.
How dare you?
You disobedient. It's a question of strategy. You want Price squished? There's ways to do it which don't require me getting shot at. Hydration! I'm being told that I must hydrate. Hold on. Oh, water. It's on the ground. No, it's too far. It's just right here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. But you didn't care about that. No. Too impatient, too jealous. So you shoveled it in my lap. Well, screw you. I'm not making the same mistake twice. Glad you could see reason on this one. All right. Save. So, first one was a success. We're good. Now, I think eventually we want to offer a place to stay if Deco kicks her out. We're going to say that that'll probably be our last one. I think we don't flatter her ego. I think appealing to her love of arcades might be something. I think that makes sense. Invoking the power. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. If I just invite her back to my arcade, she'll be like, hey, are you not paying attention to this conversation? You have an arcade in chainsaw territory. That's why I think it's different, right? Offering a place to stay could be somewhere else, right? But inviting her back to the arcade is like, hey, will you come into Danger Zone again? So we're going to go appeal to love of arcades. And then I think maybe invoke the power of friendship. And then maybe offer a place to stay. I think that's what I'm thinking. You love arcades. You've got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here. Also, your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. It's not that great. A lot of the games are busted. Seriously, you think you can appeal to her love of these pieces of garbage?
Such a shame.
The only The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find space in a landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What's to love? Pixels in your heart, is that what Percy's suffering from? Fry, go to jail! Oh, you got heart pixel disease. Gotta get a double voxel.
Wrong.
Damn it, Dad, they're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bring your daughter to work day was a treat. Gotta have fun and enjoy all these great games. I felt special. Like I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good. Like you were this amazing person I would look up to. Then you started throwing them out and replacing them with slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing he's losing her, Deco switches tactics.
Am I not generous?
And I gave you the games you loved, see? They're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave you a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not going to be enough just to say she loves games. I have to take Deco down a peg. So he generously gave you his garbage. Do you feel loved, Sue? Like a beloved daughter? When did you stop looking up to him? That's rough. That's rough. That's a big oof. That's a big oof right there. Yikes. Yikes. These are all good. These are all good. When did you stop looking up to him? It's like here's the thing. I feel like this is the least likely to be successful because in my head I'm like, it's too aggressive of a thing to say, and it seems like the best path here is to get close to the edge but never hit it. But let's see where it goes. We saved. You used to look up to him. When did that change, Sue? Was it just because he threw out games? Or was it something more? It's not like he was always a jerk. No, I take that back. He was always a jerk. I just couldn't see it because I was a tiny little girl mystified by her arcade-owning daddy. I don't think it was any one thing. I grew up. I grew up fast and hard. Started using my skills to get myself things he wouldn't get me. Waste of money, he said. And when he caught me with a stolen credit card, I was expecting a lecture. Punishment. A father trying to set his daughter on the right path. But he encouraged me. Said nobody in this world mattered, and if I could take something, I had a right to take it. To rely on myself. You know what, Dad? You're an asshole. And you taught me to be just like you. That's what changed. I couldn't look up to him anymore. I couldn't look up to myself either. That's not one heck of a breakthrough. It'll help me, true, but I'm glad she can see that for herself too. All right, y'all. We got 2 more tries. Let's not screw this up. Oh, God. This is tough. Because I feel like invoking friendship, she's going to be like, hold it up there, Haas. I'm not your friend. Right? This is tough. This is the toughest one. Now, if I just go straight for offering a place, I think that'll get me to 100%. Right? Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. The question is, does friendship mean friendship with you or with her gang? That's true, Black Rose. I don't know. So, let me be clear about this. The reason you won't side with me over your father is you're worried he'll burn you, kick you out of his home, abandon you on the street. Let's put aside the question of whether holding such a threat over your head indicates a loving father or not. I mean, it doesn't, but what you need is a place to stay to avoid being homeless. I'll offer my home. Wait, you're serious? Didn't you kick me to the curb when I was at your arcade? Circumstances change. Yeah, I don't know. She could stay with me, if it comes to that. Clyde, seriously, I wouldn't want to put you out. My parents like you. I like you. And they'd understand your situation. Please don't feel like you have no options. You've got your friends. You've got me. Just think about it, okay? Please? I wouldn't actually drive her from my home.
You understand, yes?
That was just a figure of speech. I'm saying that I am her provider. I'm the reason she's able to. Nah, I'm pretty sure you meant what you said. You threatened me with all the dire consequences of disobedience more times than I can count. And I'm getting sick of it. So don't think you can hold that over my head any longer.
Think about this.
This would be a mistake, Sue. Think about more than what roof you happen to be sleeping under. I can protect you in ways you cannot provide for yourself. Beyond food and clothing and a place to stay. Legal protection, notably. I keep you off various radars. I make sure my enemies aren't aware you exist. You're safe under my wing. Oh, definitely. Maybe I just don't care anymore. Maybe I'd rather flame out than put up with your crap. Sounds like she's starting to see through the supposed generosity. Good. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Well, the last thing. The power of friendship. There's something I've been paying close attention to as we spar back and forth like this. The ghost monsters. They're trying to be unreadable, just part of the background noise of the scene, but I can read them. Clyde especially is looking like they're holding back a lot of things. You're right! You're right, y'all! Good call! The power of her friendship with her gang. Sue, do you think that without Deco, you'd be alone? What about them? I gestured to the three supremely buff dudes and the nervous-looking individual accompanying them, all in their color-coordinated clothes. Friendship is magical. I think you're forgetting the ghost monsters. They're more than a gang. They're your friends. They'll support you if Deco won't. If he tries to burn you, they'll stand in front of the flames. You've got the power of friendship on your side, and anime. Whereas your father doesn't have a friend in the world and needs to rely on you. What? This smattering of thugs and children? You think they can keep her out of jail? You think they can feed her or clothe her? Laughable. I'd do that. I don't care if it takes my whole allowance or I have to go get a real job. I'd help her if you won't. Clyde, this isn't... No, Sue, please, listen to me. I don't like speaking up. And your dad, he scares me. But Price is right. We're your friends. And we'll be here for you. Right? Look out, y'all. This is trademarked, this one. You can't say Price is right on the internet. You can't say it. Hell yeah! Ghost monsters ride or die. 20th century television sitcoms teach us that a group of self-chosen friends are the new family structure of America, according to many critical studies. Yeah. So, please, don't feel you'd be alone. If you choose to side with Price, you won't be. Clyde shifts embarrassedly, averting their eyes to the ground, shuffling their feet. It's like they really want to say something, but can't find the courage within. Oh, this is ridiculous. Sue, friendship is irrelevant. What matters is power, and your friends have none. Do you really want to trade a powerful ally for a weaker one? As much as I hate to give in to some silly cartoon notion of friendship conquering all, well, I'm a ghost monster.
Ghost monsters for life.
Ride or die. Sue and Clyde exchange a fist bump before Clyde steps back to join their friends. Absurd! Simply absurd. Before I can get in another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough.
Man, this sucks.
I am sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your choice, Dad, and so have you, Price. Or your case, excuse me. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious at this point. Maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. Well, Price wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it. The moment of truth. What could happen? Hey, guys. Cliffhanger!